Hey YouTube, welcome back to UniXDVS, and today we are coming at you with another Archetype breakdown. We're going just down the list of the posts that you guys voted on my community tab, and so the next one was Piccolo Superhero. Now I have a sneaky suspicion that Gohan was going to be the next one because I didn't put him up because the Secret Rare wasn't out, and I was like, I feel like the Secret Rare is about to touch this deck. So I guess next time we'll come back with Gohan. That's just going to be how it is. However, until then, we are here with Piccolo, and so as per usual, I'm just going to tell you guys to go over to the official Facebook group, give it a like and a follow so you can get all these official spoilers and announcements. Go over to the unofficial discussion group and Reddit group so you can go discuss all these things here and find the community of the game. Join the Universe X Discord, choose the emojis, I guess, that match what you like to do, what you like to play. We got plenty of card games, we got gacha games, we got all sorts of stuff, and then you can join in the fun there. And then right before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, I just want to let you know that we are doing multiple things over here in Universe X. We are boosting pretty much all of our channels. We're going hard on content. We are holding a One Piece giveaway. That'll be in the description link-wise, and you can check the video out. It's a really big giveaway. We're streaming God of War Ragnarok actually on my Twitch channel every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. unless something comes up, and I'll make sure there's an announcement. So yeah, we're doing a whole bunch of things, and we're trying to kick this content creator lifestyle into high gear. So that being said, if you want to support this channel directly, just click that subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification button so you see all of that goodness when it comes out, and like the video and comment on it so it helps it trend. And I will see you guys in the next segment. So here we are with the list real quick. The thing I think is most important to know with this leader is that he doesn't have one but two archetypes to draw off of. This is just a skeleton build like usual, so this is not the most optimal list you could have. I'm actually working extensively on Piccolo myself. I actually really enjoy the deck, but right here I found that a lot of the Master's Teaching cards are very convoluted and have a lot of points to get chipped at. Like, if everything goes well as per usual with archetypes that aren't really that great, it can do some cool things, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of cards that can be bounced, tucked, warped, minused, KO'd, mid-sequence, and then you're stuck with a bunch of cards that don't do anything because the chain link was broken. So I got kind of far away from the idea of playing a lot of those cards. So what we have here is Piccolo the Moon Destroyer, and like I always say, if you want each and every one of these cards broken down, you can go over to the OG archetype overview so you can see all those cards. But you've got you got 4 of the searchers from this set. This guy is going to be able to search a 5 or less yellow Gohan or Piccolo that has them in their name, so it can include the superhero titles, because it doesn't say Gohan or Piccolo or Adolescence or anything. It just says Gohan and Piccolo, Son Gohan or Piccolo in their name, so that can include the SH. He also can tap 2 and you can destroy a field card, and the Gohan can't be attacked on for the turn, which is kind of useless because it can still be affected by all the effects. Then you got 3 Piccolo Heart of the Teacher. He's just going to search top 5 for a human or a Namekian. That can be your super combos. That can be a plethora of cards in the deck, all your Pans, some of your Gohans, most of your Piccolos. Then you have 3 Krillin super combos. That's just pretty standard. 2 of this Pan, remarkable improvement. So this Pan will be searched out by your front side leader, and it gives you an opportunity to check your deck. It's also spot removal. So it's 2 here because you don't want it to get lifed, because randomly in the game you can just pay 1 and just blow up something rest mode, and that's really good. 1 Champa, 3 Pan inherited bloodlines. These guys are just very strong. I teched in 1 Son Gohan and Piccolo Desperate Defense. When a Gohan's about to be attacked and there's a lot of Gohan in this deck, you can just play this guy and turn the target of it of the attack into it instead. Next, you have this Frieza Mecha Riposte. That's robotic riposte. It's always going to be there at 4. You've got 4 of the Swap, because the Swap is essentially the engine of offense in this deck. You are able to play this for 1, get into 20k swing, and then bounce it for 1 of the 8-drop Master's Teachings Gohans, and that's actually just very good. 3 of this Piccolo New Evolution, you can evolve it on any Piccolo, and that makes a 1-2 combo with, well, not superhero, but this makes a 1-2 combo because you can swap it off the 1-drop, you can swap it off of this defensive card if it survives, you can swap it off of this swap card, Well, evolve. You can evolve it off of this card. So there's a lot of different cards this guy just plops himself onto, and then he's able to destroy a card whenever he swings. And then on top of that, or a rest mode card, and then on top of that, you're going to be able to untap your Shinron if it's in play. So that's pretty decent. This guy is actually a defensive powerhouse, the Sun Gohan and Piccolo Master's Teacher combination. I didn't really understand it that much beforehand, but he works magic, just boosting your defending card to the equal attack of something and then smoking something through barrier and rest mode. Basically, it gives you a defensive chance to automatically have to just match their shotgun instead of having to get up to their shotgun. And then, because if they swing a secret rare and you automatically get the 40k, that's most of the battle right there. Just to combo past that. And then he's gonna smoke it afterwards. So they can't have it next turn, or something else in defense, or a defense tapped. You've got 3 Gohans right here. These are also part of the engine. Because this guy's a Gohan superhero, you can evolve it off of the one from the Z battle, or you can evolve it off of this one. God forbid you evolve it on your secret rare. There's not really a reason, but you have options. Past that, what you've got is the secret rare itself. You've got the 8-drop here. These are the other swap target engines. Well, the other swap engine targets. I'm mixing my words around terribly right now. Assimilate, Power of Super Saiyan, Time Magic, Forbidden Power, Freeze Armor Reinforcements, and Final Flash. Pretty standard. And then when it comes to the Z deck, we omitted Krillin because Krillin got eroded to where it's only for the turn, and that makes it very kind of not useful. We've got Piccolo, Power Unyielding. If you have to go into it, you have to go into it, but it's very, very, very much so not really appealing now that it costs 2 energy and 2 Z energy. You have got Vegeta, Surmounting the Impossible. Very important to actually slam this guy down when you need to get to 5 to activate your Freeze Armor Reinforcements. But he's also a 1-drop, so you can play him just to activate the cost of having, or the condition of having 2 Z battle cards on board. Same with Shinron, he's for your Awakening, but you can also slam him down later to fulfill that cost. You got 2 Gohan facing new foes. He's gonna be able to tap things, get some dual attack pressure down, and then evolve into this big guy for 1. And then you've also got Evolved Defender because he's just staple. So, then we're going to just hop over and untap and show you guys the business. All right, here we go. Grammatical mishaps aside and me tripping over every other word, this is what we're doing here. We're gonna see whether we go first or second. 13, 18, so we're going second. We definitely, okay, we keep the secret rare. There's a lot here. This is kind of weird going second. There's a lot of stuff we don't necessarily need to keep. We'll move that. Actually, you know what? We don't really want most of this hand because we don't want to have Pan as our first charge because we're gonna have to dump her in a position where we can't use her. So cool. Look, we got 1 searcher. That's fine. That's fine on a lot of levels. So we're gonna take that, and we're gonna first draw for our turn. I'm not gonna say lackluster, but this is a little weird. We're gonna put this here. We don't need to use this for now, and it's just a really cute charge. We don't really want to awaken, but we can tap this one. It really depends on what we're going up against, because if this was Sin, we almost don't have a play here. That's kind of the issue. Now, you can just keep your energy open for drawing into a play, but I mean, if you're not gonna, on turn 2, they can be very, very, very dangerous. But lots of decks on turn 2 aren't going to push you down to like a lot of low health. So user discretion, you gotta see exactly what you're playing against. But search top 5, and this can hit so many targets that it's not even funny. Watch me whiff when I say that. But here, you know what? See, this is the issue. I'm gonna make a deck, and I'm not going to do this first of all. The first thing you should be doing with this Piccolo deck every single game is searching your deck and making sure that you see if you have this Pan, because this Pan needs to be fished out of your deck and then immediately put on your leader, and that gives you the chance to, while you're searching for Pan, you see what's there. There's 2 super combos here and stuff like that, so we kind of know generally what's going on in the deck. After that, we tap and we play this, and that's the way that should go. Sorry guys for that silliness. That was just me being dumb. But yeah. I always, when I'm solitaring, I never forget that. When I'm playing an untap, I always forget that, and I don't know what it is. But we search top 5 for here, and then we're gonna be able to see a plethora of cards. We will just take this Pan, and we will pass. Of course, them going second, they'll be able to get their leader swing on. Actually, sorry, we're going second, so we would need to swing and draw an additional card. And I think we just set up here with the Z energy. I'm messing up on a couple levels. We set up here on the Z energy because we want to be able to Shinron next turn. So they could swing on us once. They could swing on us with another card. If they're Sin, we might be seeing some double strike. So it really depends on what's going in on this turn, TBH. But that being said, I mean, we're probably, let's say we take 2 damage. It is what it is. Drawing the next turn, we have an Assimilate. We do want to set up the ability to use Mecha if we see it. So with that being said, I would charge this, and then I would use Assimilate. And that way, if we do see a Mecha on our Awakening turn, we're going to be able to use it. We'll just take, we have a Moon Destroyer in hand, so we'll take this guy because this guy still is going to be searching out lots of good cards for us. And then we can tap this bad boy, put this guy here, and go for Shinron. At this point, there's no, if they got us down to 6 or 5, there wouldn't be like any point of trying to awaken, or not awaken, because we're already at the life. So flipping over here, untapping this, drawing 1. Cool. Now we have a fair amount of cards in hand. There's a couple plays that we can do. I mean, we can swing over with Piccolo and we can draw a card, and then after drawing a card, we can put this pan on the combo, making it a 20k. This goes into here, and then that'll proc Shinron to activate and give us a draw. Look at that. Look at that. We're so good. Then I'm going to tap this, and we're just going to put out a Moon Destroyer. If we're not doing too much this turn, we might as well just set up advantage for next turn. And we will be able to catch one of these and put it in the hand, which is nice. So we'll take that, shuffle, and that's tight. And then we're gonna start getting into kind of the defensive, or the swap engine next turn. Because basically on this one, if they start pressing us badly, we can always Mecha since it's live, and unless you're facing Vegito, the red decks won't have an answer to Mecha. So there's a lot of decks that are gonna get caught lacking by Mecha, and that's fine as it is. We get to draw for next turn. Don't have any Sun Gohans out right now, so we can kind of keep this, but we're getting some defense. We have a couple of cards in hand, so we might as well play that. And then we can start seeing once again where we want to go. Swinging in with Piccolo, drawing a card. We don't need more moons, so we can just put that up to 20k. And after putting that up to 20k, we'll be able to just draw. You know, because it's a 2 slapshot play, we might as well combo from the battle area, because if we're playing against lots of decks, they'll just ruin that card anyway. So playing smarter, you just end up, sorry, Norton's just going wild. I have anime up on the other screen. Norton's just like, what to do. So do that. Shinron will pop. We'll draw a card. Power of a Super Saiyan is nice. We'll have the opportunity to swing with Mecha. Opportunity to play this. We'll play that guy. We'll get a little swing out of him. And then we'll pop him back into the hand with swap. To then play this guy. He comes out with crit and plus 6k, so he's at 30k. We'll swing 30k crit. And then we can pass. And so now we've got a certain amount of defense here. We're still at 6, and that is kind of a problem. However, we have the, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna front. I think what we actually do here, because when we swung with this one, we could have still forced Sparking. We don't want to use Power of a Super Saiyan haphazardly, but we also don't want to get caught lacking coming into this turn. So there is a world where we hit this guy just to see the next draw, see if it's Mecha. It's not Mecha, but playing this guy puts this guy here. And then what we could do now is tap this to then play Surmounting. Surmounting comes up, we put that into the grave, we bottom deck this pan that we don't need, and then we take a life to be able to activate freezes. and then we draw a card. And now we're in a unique position because now that we've done this, we almost have sparking. So now it's like, even though we're tapped out, we have the ability to play this going down to 5 or going down to 4. That might be another super combo. It's not. So we have a blocker now if it doesn't get dealt with. We have the ability to block if they swing at one of our battle cards. This guy is going to be able to boost us up to an attacking player's attack and then smoke the card afterwards. We have a blocker, we have backup time magic, and we have another super combo in hand. So all in all, that was actually a pretty solid defensive turn if we need to bust it. And by that time in the game, they might have actually needed to, they might have already had the secret rare out. So, well, the secret rare, we might have been able to put out the secret rare in defense. So you guys can kind of see how this is going. Once you get to 3 energy, you really are kind of relying on the swap engine. You know, you swing on a battle card that was 20k, you bounce it back with swap, and then you play this guy. If your Surmounting or Shenron are still on the field, you have the ability now to tuck something to the bottom of the deck. And this guy is also currently 25k critical. So you swing in, draw a card, he's 30k critical, nice mecha, and then he untaps. I can swing again, and this time we'll just put this guy in our, actually, you know what, we want to keep him out just in case, because we have one in here and one in there. So I think at this point we would just play this guy. And so now he's 30k crit again. So we've got 2 30k critical strikes. This guy can go to the Z energy, and then we tap Shenron if it's still in the field. That's kind of like one of the main things. Shenron is kind of weak and doesn't have protection, so you have to kind of be careful about whether he's on the field or not. But once you start stacking up the pressure, unless your opponent can just get away with killing it on the sly, which Sin can do fairly often, he actually has a fair amount of staying power on the board. We got a 15 swing here, you got a 15 swing here and a draw, you have this guy, and then from here on out, you're a little stable. Like, you swing this guy, and right now, like, I could literally mecha my opponent. I have time magic, and I have a freezes army reinforcements live. I have a super combo and this live. The defenses are yellow defenses at this point, but the only difference is that every turn I should be able to surmount a defense, or surmount quite the offense. Like, this is absurd right here. This to me is absurd. You can start swinging here. He's going to draw and go up a certain amount, right? You can combo here, and you can put this guy over in your Z energy whenever that happens. I said, oh yeah, so look, it just doesn't want to cooperate with you. But you can put this guy in your Z energy, and after putting him in your Z energy, you are going to be able to tap Shenron, and you'll be able to draw. After you do that, you can tap this to play Moon Destroyer. Moon Destroyer is going to shut up Norton. Moon Destroyer is going to look at the top 5. Top 5 is going to, actually nothing here. I just whiffed. If this was the other Piccolo, I would have gotten something, but we needed this Piccolo on board in order to hit the evolve to this Piccolo. I hate it when Untap starts doing this to me. After hitting this guy on this Piccolo, his ability, when this card is played, choose up to one of your yellow Shenron cards and switch it to active mode. So we'll switch this to active mode. He is not a limit 1. So now we have the ability to do even more. I mean, we can swing here, draw a card. What do we need here? This guy has a limit 1 effect, so we can combo here and then go up to 20k. This guy comes over here, we tap Shenron again. We are seeing a fair amount of cards at this point. Assimilate, we don't really need it, but you guys can kind of see the thing here. You swing here, he's a 19k dual attack with Master's Teachings. You know, you can swing here, and the amount of play we have is just kind of raw. We have a astounding amount of defense here, and that's kind of how this deck operates. Once you get past 3 energy, you're using the swap core to really put your offense, and I think that when yellow has a decent ways to draw plus decent offense, what you get is a very, very rounded core, because yellow's already great at defense. What yellow needs is a way to close out games. And I think that the swap core, basically these 3 cards, are what you need in order to have that good, that rotund thing. And frankly, if you can fit these in, I think these are kind of cool auxiliary, but I think these are the ones that are a lot harder to fit in, because having a Piccolo, this doesn't evolve off of a yellow Piccolo superhero. It only evolves off a yellow Piccolo, which is very unfortunate. I wish this evolved off of any Piccolo. So you got things like that, but yeah, that would make the Archetype breakdown for here. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, just support, like the video, comment. Like I said, if you really want to, hit that subscribe button, and check out any of the other places in Universe X. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.